Hey everyone, how's it going? I've got some TDM on Underpass here. This is the request game. I'm not sure which one we're up to now, but what was chosen is the M240, and this is my thoughts on the M240. Now, I don't know if you guys can see my class names here, but I've been trying to think of what would be the ideal government for the world. And I went for my Mussolini class, and I've been thinking, well, so far I've got Robert Mugabe down as managing the economy, got Kim Jong-il in charge of foreign relations. But if you can think of anything else, then please let me know. Kim Jong-il wasn't on the list, by the way. He doesn't like to be included with the others. Anyway, moving on. This is the M240 with thermal and grip. The M240 is... How many times am I going to say that this time? M240, M240, M2... I might as well just cut it and repeat it over and over again, but... Alright, so thermal is pretty much the only attachment I like with this gun. It's... I mean, I'm a big fan of the MG4, which is... very similar to this, only it has a slightly lower rate of fire and probably less recoil, but I don't know, I've just always felt that it was better than this thing, and that's the reason why I've never tried much of it before. But the one thing that has worked is strangely actually the thermal scope, which I really wasn't expecting, but I use it with the grip because it is still pretty hard to control, even though it's kind of a low recoil gun in general. But yeah, other perks are stopping power, and I forget the third one, but stopping power is my perk of choice here because often with the longer range shots, like, you know, those guys in the windows back there, you want to, like, single shot, you can't really go full auto, so it helps to have that extra damage. I'm not a big fan of stopping power in general, but helps here, you know? And if you look in the description, the final score is somewhat lower than what I'd normally like to put up. I set myself these like invisible targets of what I should put up, like a 13.3 TDM or something. But this is considerably lower, and the reason for that is my kill streaks. I think they only gave me 2 kills out of all of my kills because I'm using the Stevie Wonder copter. And also it demonstrated how I like to use the M240. Like this is like a perfect map for thermal as well because it's so dark and rainy, and you know, thermal just ignores that. So. But yeah, I mean, it's a nice gun if you get used to it. Like I said, I'll take the MG4, but you might prefer this. You won't really know until you try. I'll go over the whole request game process in case any of you guys are new from Machinima and stuff. So, in the description there is a link to a website. It's a shit website I knocked together in about 10 minutes. But what it is it contains polls. You can vote on them. I reset them every time I put up one of these videos, so they'll be reset right now, probably as you're watching, but what you need to do is go on there and vote for, well, it's designed so you just vote for one thing. Like, you might want to vote for FAL, why not? Or you might want to vote for frag grenade. Why would you want to do that? But the point is, you vote for one singular thing. It can be a gun, can be a perk, can be equipment. And I build everything else around that one particular thing you've chosen, so that's how it works. So if you're interested in participating, I go through after a while and look for what was voted the highest overall out of all categories. I pick that one thing and build everything else around it. Supposedly it was the M240 this time. I think it was the AK for a while. But then when I checked next time it was the M240, so it made sense to do that. But make sure you check previous request games, because what you were going to vote for I might have already done, so it seems pointless doing it again. So just look back on the previous ones, then decide what you want to vote for, and yeah, should be good. Yeah, I enjoyed doing this little series here. I don't really see anyone else doing it, apart from one crazy gamer, but he's gone now, so rest in peace. Anyway, oh yeah, another thing I was going to bring up. Earn My Respect is making another episode of the AIDS video, which is where he puts together a load of clips from Modern Warfare 2. Like a montage, but it's to represent all the bad things that happen to you in Modern Warfare 2. Like, maybe you get commando lunged as soon as you spawn or something, or you get killed by about 5 different predators in a row. I don't know. If you happen to catch any clips where that basically give you AIDS, as the expression goes. If you happen to get any of those clips, make sure you send them over to him, and he'll put them all together, put some Benny Hill music over it, and you'll have AIDS. You'll have the episode of AIDS. And it's pretty... See, I'll put his link in the description if you want to go look at his vids and stuff. He'll explain the process of sending in the clips to him. A little bit more about the M240. Now, I don't know any real-life gun facts. I honestly don't know anything about guns. I just know what's in the game. But compared to the other light machine guns, I think the rate of fire is probably relatively good, especially compared to the MG4. But for a secondary, I really would recommend something like the Akimbo Rafficas or even this AA-12 that I picked up. You need a strong secondary because with any light machine gun, the hip firing is pretty bad, even if you put steady aim on. But I mean, with the red dot or holographic, it does make it much easier to use this thing. I use thermal simply because that's the only attachment that I've actually had success with. It seems very counterintuitive. Does that make sense? But it's not the first thing you think to use with a light machine gun, is it? A thermal scope. Seems a bit stupid, but it works. Trust me. Blast shield, again, like in the previous video, wasn't useful in the slightest, but it was there as a precaution. Mainly because in the previous games I was getting one-man army noob tube the whole game, which was a little bit frustrating, not gonna lie. Third perk is steady aim. Just found it. As I said, it'll probably be most useful for the secondary. It's not really useful for light machine guns. Helped a bit with the Akimbo Rafficas, I guess. Maps to try this on, High Rise and Underpass are the main two maps I can think of. I do have a little clip on High Rise, actually. I can put at the end of this. I think you get like a 5-man... I won't say 5-man spray, but 5-man semi-spray? Basically spawn trapping in a minute. One of the spawns on High Rise. You'll see what I mean in the end, but... Not really much left in this game. I mean, yeah, I would recommend thermal as one of your attachments, because I really don't like the iron sights, and I just think it suits it. But, if anyone has any better ideas, then please tell me, because honestly, this is my least used gun at the moment in the game, because I really don't know what to do with it. I really don't. Which is why the score wasn't really that great, and yet I was still kind of impressed with it. But yeah, final score is 25-2. Thanks to my epic Stevie Wonder and David Blunkett helicopters. Thanks for watching, guys. Remember to like the video and check out the polls if you want to go vote for more stuff. And, bye-bye. Sorry, correction to make. The clip at the end was the MG4 thermal, not the M240. However, they are pretty similar, so same sort of idea, you know?